Krishna Byre Gowda has not even taken charge of his department. This is happening, by the way, right after Ramalinga Reddy. So one has to question what must be going on in the minds of the people of Karnataka. He's already gone to Delhi complaining that the key agencies remain with the chief minister. This was a hollow portfolio. If everything is really fine, like the Congress party is putting out, why are ministers approaching the high command instead of resolving issues within the cabinet? And it certainly doesn't augur well for DK Shivakumar himself. It seems like he can't keep the house intact himself, and the ministers are running to the national capital at every given and possible chance.
So I have a slightly different thing most people might put. I also feel that this is actually healthy. We are being in a situation wherein politicians, MLA ministers are talking to the high command, talking to the chief minister in order to get a better share of power. Now, so far as the question is concerned, why did Gowda not give the entire bank development portfolio? What is his demand? He also wants control of the Bangalore Development Authority and also the Greater Bangalore Development Authority, or at least that is what being reported in the media. Right, and you know that DK Shwar is somebody who's always taken a very keen personal interest in the development of law. Even while he was even was the deputy chief minister, he held on to the entire portfolio with all the concerned departments that had to do with the development of Bangalore. Now, as the chief minister, he's retained half of it, and half of it has been given to Byre Gowda. I think the decision and the duration this will be so.
My apologies, Nikhil. I think there's a little bit of a technical difficulty with your audio here. I'm going to request the control room to quickly patch that up. Mr. Grover, would you like to take that question? You see, first you had Ramalinga Reddy resigning over the Bengaluru development. Now Krishna Byre Gowda says the portfolio lacks the real power. One was denied, one says it was hollow. Is the problem the ministers or the way that this cabinet was shaped up in the first place? Several questions that have risen on that as well.
Kabir, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Gowda. Also, one of the things that I would want to highlight over here is that two individuals that we are discussing here are two different set of cases altogether. Ramalinga Reddy felt hurt because his seniority. He felt that he should have got a better portfolio. But in case of Krishna Byre Gowda, we had a person who merits a bigger portfolio for the simple reason that even Mr. Ashok Gowda will agree that the way he handled the Khata, the way he handled the revenue department, these were some things which were very exemplary in terms of, as far as Bengaluru city is concerned, the kind of mess we had over the Khatas and the allocations and all that, the kind of work that he's put in. I think so, everybody who was on the sidelines was hoping that he would either be made the finance minister or be given revenue and finance, that kind of a thing. Because, one thing about Krishna Byre Gowda, and I've seen him right from his younger days when his father was the minister, and I can tell very carefully that he was very focused in terms of the kind of work he's done, not just in this regime, even in the previous term when he was the government minister. But clearly, this is something even a lot of people feel that he could have been, given the full portfolio, including BDA, if the government seriously wants to clean up BDA as they have been talking about. Though there have been some positive changes which have come in the last couple of months, but clearly anybody in Krishna Byre Gowda's case would feel hurt by the simple thing that a man who's delivered what he was asked to deliver, and he's showcased his work in such a way that every citizen of Bengaluru respects him for the kind of professionalism that he showed. And you give him a portfolio which is chopped off on the sides, and you give him only a small bit of it, it's not going to happen. And if you want a change, and at this moment when we are talking, the city is in shambles, the city is in mess, and we're looking at something that there would be hope that would have been brought in case Krishna Byre Gowda, I'm not batting for him, but having seen his work, seen his professionalism, a lot of people in Bengaluru feel that this is something which he's totally justified in asking for. In case of Ramalinga Reddy, certainly not. It's only on the basis of seniority that he wanted a higher portfolio, because maybe he's done a good job as a transport minister, but beyond that, nothing more to claim or stake claim for anything bigger than that. KH Muniappa, you would not want to discuss, because somebody who's asking for DCM just because he's the loyalist of the Gandhi family certainly doesn't merit that kind of discussion at all.
Gowda, how does the BJP view all that's happening over here? I'm sure you're going to look at adding this in your arsenal to take down the Congress party. But we know that portfolio disputes and factional pressures, they're hardly new in Indian politics. But before I bring in my question, how do you read all of that's happening in Karnataka?
See, instead of governing a state and instead of looking at the problems which the Kannadigas are facing day to day, the people in the Congress party, whether they are ministers, chief minister, or the MLAs MLAs are trying to fight for getting inside the cabinet. And the people who are already inside, they are fighting for thinking that what is a pulp portfolio and I don't have strength, I have some weakness in this. This is what they are all saying. And the people who are in the realm of affairs, they are trying to say that I want to be the DCM. And the people who were DCMs, they want to become CMs. So this is what is happening. Unfortunately today, see, after the 6 days, even the rains have started in Karnataka and monsoon has already started and farmers have taken up the activities. Today, after the 6th day, hopefully the chief minister, that's what his schedule was. He had called the bureaucrats from the agriculture department. And even till today, he has not called anybody from the education department. Because the education department also last year, it suffered a lot because of they did not provide shoes, textbooks, but all etc things. Until today, nothing has happened on that front. That is all this one part. And now coming to Krishna Byre Gowda. Krishna Byre Gowda has been assigned with a GBA and BWSSP. That itself is a very critical because in GBA itself, there is a problem of solid waste management. There is a problem of STP. There is a drainage system, Rajakalves, which is a problem. And fixing all this has become a task because e-Khata is a problem. CCOC has become a problem. And with all these things, if somebody says that I am a highly qualified, I have worked in UN, vagera, etc., let him fix all these things. Why is he looking for BDA, which is just a development authority? It is not even a development body. Please remember this. They acquire the land, they develop the sites, and they give some plan sanctions. That's all. Nothing else more. BMRDA is also same. Okay. That too, BMRDA is LPS, local planning authorities. They are only plan sanctioning authorities. They don't even have powers to acquire a land. So when these are the cases, why Krishna Byre Gowda is fighting? You know why? What is the reason? They think that it's pulp. Pulp is what? There is a money involved here. And that is what Congress means. Congress means that Krishna Byre Gowda, in a closed doors, he says that I want to become a chief minister. So I want to chunk as much as possible. And this is what is a problem with the Congress ministers. Everybody thinks that, instead of serving the Kannadigas, they think that I can churn the money and then I want to get into the bigger post. And this is the problem of Congress party. They don't know how to govern a state. Okay. They don't know what Mr. is the concern of the people.
Do you agree with what Mr. Gowda here is saying? Is greed now seeping into this portfolio allocation? Because, you see, I must ask you what this episode really tells us about the Congress leadership's decision-making. What does this tell us about the high command creating confusion by trying to satisfy maybe too many players in one go? And DK Shivakumar, within just 6-7 days, within less than a fortnight, has he already lost valuable political capital at the very beginning of his tenure?